hair and makeup provisions. Okay, these are crucial elements of any production that often don't get the attention they deserve, more and most notably for Black talent. But that's now changing thanks to the new hair and makeup provisions in the TV theatrical streaming contract. I'm Nikki Dixon. Joining me today is SAG-AFTRA's Executive Vice President and fellow work group member, Linda Powell, and Tiffany Yvonne Cox. So Linda and Tiffany, thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so here we go. There are a number of long overdue hair and makeup provisions in the TV theatrical streaming contract. These new provisions, combined with similar requirements gained in the commercials contract, are designed to address unfair practices Black and other people of color experience in the hair and makeup trailer. Stylists who don't know how to work with textured hair. Artists who don't have the right makeup for darker complexions or know how to mix foundations for those with lighter to medium complexions, and ultimately, have the expectation that if the producers can't provide what we need, we'll just do it ourselves. And I know we all have stories on how we either ended up looking chalky or maybe even 3 shades darker. The neck and the face don't match. Hairstylists not knowing what products to use and wanting to spritz water on our natural hair, or opting to wear extensions or braids or wigs or whatever, just so we don't have to deal with discussing how to care for and style our natural hair. So now that we've talked a little bit about what can go wrong, let's talk about how the new contract is making it right. So the initial consultation, let's talk about that.
Well, I just want to make clear that initial consultation is not just for performers of color, it's for any principal performer. When you get your call for wardrobe, you should also be getting a phone number or an email or some kind of contact information for a hair and makeup person so that you can check in and say, this is me. This is what my hair looks like. What do you want my hair to be? So that we're not put in that position where they start trying to put a curling iron on my curls and I have to say, no, you don't have to do that. Just so we can get those conversations out of the way before we get in the chair so that we don't have to feel uncomfortable when we hit the set.
And something that's important as well, it's helpful and lets us know, is this person qualified and proficient? Making sure that they have the products that we need, but also know how to use those products. So if anywhere within that process, us actors, performers, let me just say, because this protects all performers, you're finding that is not happening. Thankfully, we also have the protections of our union, where you can call the Equity and Inclusion Department, or you can contact them via email, diversity@sagaftra.org, and share your experience. Because how this all started was we were all talking about our horror stories, but now our union is aware. So we want to make sure that they are aware of what is working and what is not working on set so that the producers can also know and fix it.
One of the other things we got into the contract in addition to these consultations is we're going to have conversations with IATSE where we're going to start talking about how we expand the pool of talent in our hair and makeup trailers so that people start to understand what different textures need. People start to understand what different makeup palettes are necessary.
So what I'm hearing is that the most important thing to do is to advocate for yourself in having that consultation.
Yeah. And ideally, we're going to reach a point where you don't have to advocate for that consultation. But we negotiate for these things in the contract, and then we have to make sure that we start to create a new culture to make sure that they happen. And that's where we count on members to say, oh, excuse me, you owe me a consultation. Nobody told you that?
Because even looking at this video right now, all of our hair textures are completely different and have completely different needs, even down to needing somebody who's a groomer, like the sides of my head is shaved. So making sure that we have the tools and the skill sets to use those tools, everybody is able to be taken care of with the personnel that are there.
And if you do have a specific style, or say you need a barber that they don't have on set, we now have rules that say you get paid for that time and you get paid for that service. So make sure that you follow up on that with receipts.
So what happens if a member is just sitting in the hair and makeup chair and then they don't feel that the needs of their hair textures or skin tones are being met by that qualified professional?
As you've been hearing us talking, we're also talking about a lot of communication. For example, Linda noted that there should be a consultation because hopefully you spoke to this person beforehand, but then you get on set and you realize, wait a second, they actually don't know what to do here and in this moment.
And we all know that feeling.
We all know that feeling, my goodness, and the show must go on, right?
we're trying to get to a point where those problems are solved beforehand. So, but if you do find yourself in that position, try and advocate for yourself with the chief hair person, try and advocate for yourself with the AD. And if you have a nightmare experience, please reach out and let us know so that we can reach out to those producers and tell them that they're in breach of the contract.
Thank you so much. Well, that's our time. So thank you for taking the time to come here and talk with us today, Linda and Tiffany. Members, if you have questions about these new hair and makeup provisions, please head over to sagaftra.org. And I encourage everyone watching today to subscribe to the SAG-AFTRA YouTube channel, where you can find more educational videos on SAG-AFTRA agreements and contracts. Our mission is to empower our members with information. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.